Okay, so for all of you who aren't here, I am going to record this, but we're not going to be on here for very long. But I did want to talk about that watch. We were talking about it before I started recording, and I actually looked up the value, and I may have not looked up the right one because this is a Plexus branded one, and it looks like it was a special color. I looked it up on Target. It was $400, the Apple Watch, and the Samsung Galaxy was worth $200. Now, like I said, I'm not really sure that I was looking up the right thing, but that is incredible. Okay. So I have won several prizes from Plexus, probably not as much as everybody else. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? It's hit or miss over the past 6 years. And the ones that I have are nice. I mean, Plexus does it right. Did you get the watch the first time? You got the iPad, right, Jennifer?
I got the iPad.
You wanted an iPad one time. We've done a watch before in the past. That was huge. So I don't know if any of you got to listen to the Christina Williams call earlier today. Did anybody get to hear that? Okay.
I did.
That made me want to go sit down and send like 100 messages. I was like feeling, every time I listened to that call, I was almost stressed because I was like, gotta get started now. But it really was like a good kind of thing. It was like, you need to get moving, Ashley. And so I have got, I'm going to make some lists on my own. My goal is to make lists of all my people because I feel like this is one of those things that you need to tell everybody about. I mean, I always say that about a lot of things, which the cash is amazing. We give good bonuses every month for people who go silver. But this is something, not only could somebody go fast start silver this month, but they could earn that watch. And what a huge gift that would be to somebody. I've actually been thinking about if I got it, I might give it to somebody as a gift, either somebody on my team or somebody in my family, even though I'd love to have it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a nice present. And I don't know about you, but even if I gave it to my mom or my dad, they'd be like, oh, look what my daughter won me. She works for Plexus. And it says Plexus on it. But you know what I'm saying? So, or even like a teenager or a college student, like that. I know that my sister would probably want to give that to her daughter. So I even think about people like that. Like that would be your whole gift for that person, and you earned it. So just food for thought as you're thinking about it. Like really, we want to get a start on this now. We don't want to wait until later in the month. I know a lot of times we wait till later in the month to do a lot of things. We want this to be something we get started on the front, and then as the month goes on, then we can continue to follow up with people. If you're struggling with follow-up, then you need to let us know so that we can give you tips for that and how to do that in a non-pushy, salesy way, and just keep the conversation going. I'm going to go back to my people who've been interested in the past, who've talked to me about the reset, because I feel like I'm all over the place because I just kind of dove in on the watch. Okay, so let's just start there. We got the watch. You get the watch by signing up 6 people with a welcome pack or retail customers. So they can be retail. Not everybody's ready for that commitment, I understand. So they can be retail. That counts if they have a $100 order. 6 people. Now that's sort of the hard way there, but it can still get you there. Okay. But the easier way is to have somebody either from your team now or somebody that you sign up this month for them to go silver and you to get 3. And y'all, when you get that watch, it's coming then. It's not going to be 6 months from now. It's going to be shipped to you. So that's what's even cooler to me is how Plexus is really trying to do this. We've kind of had a few things happen the last few months with some of our prizes that they were trying to give away on the success steps. Like we were supposed to get like prizes for those and it fell through. So I think they're trying to do it right this time. And it wasn't Plexus's fault. It was the manufacturer's fault. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I'm really excited. So here's what I was thinking though. Like, I don't want it to stop with just me. I mean, I just think about the next person. Like, okay, well, when they sign up and they start going silver, like why stop there? Like I want to see them get the watch too, not just me. So, we really want to start setting that as the goal from the beginning. And ultimately, if they don't get the watch, they're still going to get the bonus, but we're going silver, but still we can at least shoot for the stars, right? Okay, so That's for anyone, any VIPs or anybody who signs up in the next few things. Okay, so it might not mean it might not be a big deal for you because I'm not a competitive person, and it probably wouldn't. It might not have meant as much in the past, but now I know how good Plexus's prizes are, that it's huge to me, and I really want to earn it. But it might mean something to somebody else. So don't stop. I'm thinking about a couple people on Jennifer Dunnigan's team right now that we've been talking to, and I'm like, I bet that might appeal to her, have that little watch on her arm. So I feel like it's going to be like a carrot just dangling in front. And if they've been thinking about it, then that's what the lady was talking about on the link that I shared with y'all, that it was kind of like a carrot. That's what she said. And I thought that's a really good illustration. Might get some people off the fence. Okay, so I'm sorry that my baby is crying. I thought that they would all still be awake right now, but I think Levi's trying to get him put down. Levi? He's just in there crying. And I know there's nothing wrong with him. Levi? Okay, he's not going anywhere. Hang on a second. He stopped crying, so I guess somebody got him. Okay, so for new people, everybody gets a $1 membership. Me and Mackenzie were actually talking earlier today about how much a triplex is going to cost. If they just go in on the triplex, what do we wind up saying? After SAM 2020, it was going to be around 115. Was that what we said? You think so? It was going to, okay, so it's 109 plus $1 for the membership. That's 110. And then they get the SAM 2020 code that we always use for the 10% off. That takes off like $10. That makes it 100 plus tax and shipping, which is around $15. So $115 for the triplex welcome pack. That's pretty amazing. But if you go ahead and you do the reset welcome pack, those are still 10% off, and the $1 membership for that. So that would be 170 plus $1, 171. SAM 2020 would take off about 17. Sorry, I could have had this done beforehand. Wow, that's like 154 plus tax and shipping. That's pretty good for the reset plus the triplex. So obviously you want to bring people in on the reset triplex because they get the free active cranberry apple cider. And y'all, even we can't get that. Like, that was the part that I was so mad about. I was like, I wouldn't want that. But that would be encouragement for them. Like, you get something that even I can't have right now. Hopefully they'll bring it out for us. But anyway, tell all your customer people that Lean is the product of the month. So they need to add that on their subscription if they already do or whatever. And make sure you tell them that they're going to get 50 points for that, for perks points. And I hope that y'all are teaching your people how to use their perks points, because I didn't do such a good job of that when it first started because I was having a hard time explaining it to people. But now that I have done a better job of it, I have people who are really ticky about it. And they're like, well, keep my sub on and just help me move it out. I don't want to lose all that, because they know now once they get that free product one time, they are sold. I love those things, they really want it. So make sure you're teaching your people about that. Okay. Okay, now for you. So we talked about what's for anyone, which is the watch. We're working really hard on that. Okay, get your list made, get started. Do not wait till the end of the month. And because you might not earn it if you get that far. Okay, make yourself work now. And for new people, we talked about the $1 membership, which is huge, y'all. We always give away $10 membership codes and stuff like that. We don't have to do that. Really, we don't. It can be money in your pocket right now because Plexus is footing the bill. If you still want to offer a code, you can, but I'm probably not unless I need one. So I'm probably just going to go with it and say you get it for $1. It's already on sale. So keep your codes for now. Okay. And then for you though, if you want to do the reset again, I just bought my husband another one. It's $20 off if you have it on a subscription or an order of $50, or if you've already ordered $50 that month, you get $20 off the reset. So it makes it $100 or $29.99 or whatever. But there is benefit to doing more than one. There are people who are actually doing them every month. We've seen before and afters of those. It really does keep your metabolism revved up. Jennifer can help me out on this, or are you okay? There's actually a time where they say it's best for women not to do it, and it's right before your cycle, right?
Yes.
You need to do it between after your cycle and ovulation. So like between like when your cycle's over till ovulation, I think is the best time for a woman to do it. Is what I've heard. Is that what you've heard?
Yes, you don't want to do it right before.
Okay.
Because I mean, you can do it whenever, but they have seen more success if you do it after, especially like right after, within a week. So starting within a week. If you do it while on, you don't have as good of results just because you're bloating and going through hormonal changes and things of that nature. So it's best to do it, and that has been my experience both times. Mine has been, I've done it just right after, and I will say it's been good so far. I've done it twice.
Mm-hmm. I've only done it once, but I still feel pretty good, even though it's only been one time. I think everybody on the call has actually done it once. If you haven't done it, you're listening to this recording, you definitely want to do the reset. It's really going to be something good. I actually sold a reset to somebody because they reached out to me. They were actually under another person. They reached out to me because they knew I did it, and they asked me about it. A couple of weeks later, she said, I'm just going to buy it from you because you did it. So she actually just switched to me because I did it. So you just never know what it's going to do for your business. And people are going to be more willing to try it if you've put it in your mouth and have the experience. So be a product of the product is what they say. Okay, so I told y'all I want to make this 30 minutes or less. So I did want to go over just a couple of minutes about the messages that Christina Williams was talking about in that call today, which is in the Plexus Academy, which you may have seen. There's lots of training videos in there, but I thought this was like seriously pure gold. And so Amanda typed some of it up. So I'm just going to share my screen for just a minute, and I will be sharing this with y'all. But I felt like it was just really good and something that we could really use this month. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom in a little. Maybe that'll help. Okay, so if you see, these are the 4 things to her message outline that she uses. Here's what I've got going on. We're earning a watch this month. Or, you know, you would obviously want to say it differently than that, but you could use voice message for this. You could say something like, hey, friend, I know we've been talking about Plexus for a little while. I want to tell you something really quick in a voice message. And then you could send them a message, and you could kind of practice a little bit beforehand. Don't ramble on like I tend to do sometimes. If you get it over 2 or 3 minutes, they're probably not going to listen. So try to keep it short. And just say, hey, I've got something going on that's really exciting this month. Plexus is giving away an Apple Watch. If you know they're Apple person, just go ahead and throw out the Apple. Here's why I'm really excited about it, because I've seen how amazing that these gifts are that they do for us. And I know that you've been thinking about it. And so I thought this would be the perfect time. And, here's why I thought of you. That's the next thing. Here's why I thought of you. I know, and I really love what she did in the example, but she said, I know you're really busy. Actually, on our last call that I did with the Girls with Goals group, I talked to them about you busy people are the people you are looking for. You're not looking for the slob on the couch, because now I'm not saying she don't need Plexus, but I'm saying she's going to have to get Plexus in her system a little bit, probably before she's working the business. Okay. Once she gets to feeling better, she's going to be there. Okay. But if you want to talk to somebody about the business, usually it's busy people. So be looking for them. Here's why I thought about you. I know you're busy like I am. And I thought, I want you to feel your best, or I thought this would be something that you would love, because I know just even having a smartwatch is amazing in these days, to have texts and things like that coming on your phone. Are you open to taking a peek? That would be somebody who really loves gifts. Probably if their love language is gifts. But listen to this example that she gave on the call. Hi, Genevieve. I know you're not going to believe what I've recently started. So this is for a new person. I'm really excited about it because I've just been able to sleep better. I've been able to go to the bathroom regularly for the first time in years. I'm not falling asleep every single day anymore, whatever. I just thought of you because you're super busy schedule. I know you're like me. I want you to feel your best. I'm curious, are you open to taking a peek? Now that says peak, like mountain peak up there, peak. You open to taking a peek. And so I feel like I've always said, are you interested? And I loved how she said, don't say that. You say, are you open? Okay, are you open to looking at it? When they say yes, then you would say awesome. Now, you might not say awesome. Say what sounds good for you. Okay, don't say awesome if it doesn't sound like you. I would probably say, oh my goodness, yes, that's so good. Tell me what keeps you from feeling your best every day, is what I would say. And then if they respond, then she says to ask a little bit more. And I thought this was really good because they may say something like, well, I have a migraine every other day, or they might say nothing keeps me from feeling my best. I feel amazing. I bet if you dig a little further in the well, you'll find the real answer. Besides those things, what else would you say that you'd like to see improve? How about better sleep, more energy? And if you know they're interested in money, you could even throw that in there. Money to help pay for those sports. I know that y'all are, money to pay for the gas to get to all those games that your 3 kids are playing every week. Okay. So asking clarifying questions. And that's one thing that I've really, really learned is I used to put a lot of words into people's mouth and I had to learn to let them talk to me. So less is more, asking them a question and then letting them respond, like leaving it a little bit open where you're like, oh, I could really, really over talk right now. Let them talk to you. And then once they've said it out loud, then you're going to know what their problem is. And then when they start the products, you're going to be able to go back and say, how's it going with that? Are you still having migraines? Are you still having low energy? How's digestion going? You got to know their problem. Okay. So that's that. And I'm going to put this into our chats and everything so that you'll have it. This is something that I really feel like I'm going to be able to use because I can take these 4 phrases right here and I can just adapt them for every person. These 2 would probably be the same. Here's what's going on. Here's what I'm excited about. That's going to be the same for pretty much everybody. And then here's why I thought of you. Now that's going to take some thought on your part. You can't just go in there and use the same message for everybody. This is where it gets personal, but this is what's going to set you apart from every other person who did just copy and paste a message to somebody else. So you have to be that person who, when they read your message, they're looking at it and then they see something about them and they're like, oh, wow, okay, so they did think about me. This is not just, for example, I'm not saying this in a bad way, but I get a lot of the Usborne book party messages and they're all the same. I get the same message from every person and it's never personal at all. And so, but I read them all and I respond, but I do notice that they're all the same. So let's be the people that stand out and let's be personal to people. I really believe that's what sets Plexus apart in a lot of ways and why that we've had a lot of success on our team. But this is the end, and I'm just going to end with this about, I wrote on our little message thing about how to get moving again, because I feel like our team has went through what I would probably term, we were in like a momentum season in the spring, and then over the summer we went through we came down on the other side of that. And that's really not uncommon in business. You're going to have slumps and seasons and everything else. So if you're personally in one of those, it's not time to throw in the towel. It's just time to examine yourself. It's time to look at yourself and say, okay, this is happening right now. What am I going to do differently right now? But I feel like Plexus has taken a lot of the hard work out of that, because I feel like this is going to be the thing that's going to get our team out of that summer slump and the summer slide or whatever. Okay. They purposefully did this in September. This is not by accident. Plexus knows, they know markets, they know what has been typically a slower month for a lot of people think about weight loss in January. Let's just be honest. Okay. They're not thinking about it in September. In fact, they're saying, I might as well just pack it on because Christmas is coming. Thanksgiving's almost here. I'm going to start eating everything I want now. And so a lot of people are not thinking like that right now. So we purposely put this in September so that we can be the people who are putting it in front of their face. to get us moving and working, and it's going to work. There are going to be people on this call, and I anticipate every single one of the people on this call will earn a watch this month, because I just know, I feel it in my heart, because they made it easy. Like, I feel like if we start now, every single person on here is going to earn the watch, and you might earn more than one. It's possible. So what do you do to get moving again? So you need to set a clear target. You want the watch. A lot of people voted in our chat today that they wanted it, and that they even wanted it for somebody else. Set the target. Go ahead and write it down. I want to do this. However you want to earn it. You want to go do the silver route? Do you want to go the 6 people route? Okay. Start now and don't wait till the month is over. Okay. That's the Plexus way, is to be messaging people at 12 p.m. on, December 29th, when the month closes in 2 days. But that's not the way we're going to be this month. Okay. And I'm joking about that. You don't want to be that way. But sometimes we do sort of kind of get the feeling that we need to get moving at the end. Everybody does. And if you're dealing with doubts, which some of you on this call might be, and I know some of you really listening to the recording might be, there's something that I used to hear a lot whenever I was just getting started, and they would always say, action cures fear. And I would think about that, because I really struggled a lot with my mindset in the beginning, and praise the Lord, I don't think as many of you do as I did. Okay. But it would just be like, I can't do this. I'm terrified of sending this person a message, or I'm very reserved by nature. It's hard for me to share parts of myself with people. It's hard for me to post on social media. And I would just be like, I can't share. Nobody cares. Nobody, you get these thoughts inside of your head. And I would just remember that action cures fear. Once I do it, I'm not going to be afraid anymore. I'm not going to feel those things anymore. I'm going to have done it. And then I'm going to be able to look at it, and I'm going to be able to say, I did it. It's done. It's out of my brain now. It's no longer consuming all the 4 walls of my head anymore. And now I can go play with my children and have fun. And that's the way that it's always been. And so that's my advice to what to do to get moving, because I feel like I told y'all, I feel like we sort of did go through a little bit of a slump, but not much. I will be honest with you. Y'all's points have really still maintained, and I'm happy and I'm proud for everybody. I feel like maybe it was in our mind more than anything. So we just got to get that target back up on the wall, and then we'll hit it. I really believe that we will. And I think we're going to be celebrating in a few weeks for a lot of you, for everybody on this call, that you earned it. And either way, you're going to grow your business. And that's the beauty of it, is even if you don't earn the prize, you're going to earn a whole lot more, because you're going to earn a business that's growing steadily. And I feel like if we put the tools that we're learning from what I was sharing with y'all about the call that Christina Williams was on, that I shared with y'all, I feel like if we put these things, because there's always a new way to learn to do something, it's just getting better, better, better. But I feel like it's going to make us have a business that's growing the right way if we're working it from the beginning. If we wait till the 25th and we're just working, then it's just not that longevity mindset. And we want to have that. I never want anybody on this call, which none of you here right now have that. I never want it to be a shot, like, I don't know, what do they call that? When it's like a shot in the dark or something like that, where it's like fire lights up real fast and then it's all gone. You don't want that kind of business. You want residual income. And residual income has paid me during the birth of 2 children, when I was in a nursing chair crying when you're hurting so bad. Okay. And I'm still being paid. That's what having that long-term mindset is. So yes, we want the watch, but really in all, we want to learn how to work our business better and work our business well and learn something this month. And I really believe you will earn it. But in the long run, we want to have that longevity in mind. So that's all I have. I told you I'll be short. So we're going to turn off the recording.